Who is Ian Kahangara?
Ian Kahangara is a married man to one woman and 3 kids, who has been in the investment space and banking, commercial banking space for the last 16 years so far. 9 of them being in commercial banking, while the rest have been mainly in investment banking, but with 2.5 years in what you call brokerage.
Okay. 16 years is a lot of wealth, experience, history, understanding that you have about this industry. So I just want to dig a bit more into that. Just explain to me what your journey has been to get you to where it is that you are today.
Okay, I started my financial career, actually to say my career at first started in IT. Then I happened to move into commercial banking by 2008, where I started what I call ground up, knowing all the basic operations of the bank for the first 2 years until by around 2010, where I joined the Treasury Department. Treasury Department I was able to understand from the operation side, and later I became a dealer trainee, where I ended up becoming a money market and fixed income dealer in National Bank for the first 3 years. From there, I moved to the spot desk, or what you can call the Forex desk, where I was able to facilitate both transactions for clients and trading on what you call a proprietary book. Proprietary book is whereby you basically wake up and take a position to make money for the bank. So you can choose, give or take, you want to buy euros, not because any client needs the euros, but because you've done your analysis and you believe euro will gain, let's say, against the dollar. And by the end of the day or by the end of the week, you choose now to close the position by selling back the euros and getting more dollars than you spent to buy the euros. Yes.
Continue with your career journey. From there, where do you transition into?
From there, I moved on to KCB as a sports trader, where actually being a bigger bank, you concentrate more on the proprietary desk rather than do multiple desks. Then from there, I actually went slightly into family business and then returned into the investment space in 2018, where I joined one of the investment banks and started they were looking for a money manager license, and that's where I pushed actually for us to begin a fund there.
From working in an investment bank, where does your journey take you next?
When I was working in the investment bank, I was headhunted to come and actually set up a non-dealing online forex broker, which is internationally has international presence, called Windsor Brokers, and they were looking to set up as Windsor Markets Kenya Limited here. So I actually took the opportunity to become the CEO. It was also a growth for me in different aspects, especially the managerial side, coming from mostly dealing and operational side. And I was able to do the applications to capital markets and be able to get license actually 4 months into the company. We were able to get the license from Capital Markets Authority, being the 6th licensed broker after EGM, Scope Markets, Pepperstone, Exinity, and Hot Forex, who had come previously. From there, I led them in getting office premises in Parklands, setting up the whole office, and actually getting the manpower and operations, organizing actually everything so that they can start operating in Kenya. If I may explain, who's a non-dealing online forex broker? This is an intermediary who comes in between you, the layman who wants to trade, and actually the international markets. So he literally brings the market closer to you. And if you look at all the non-dealing online brokers that you have, they usually operate through platforms. So whether it is what you call MT4, MT5, C-Trader, or maybe their own platforms, whereby it's an online platform where anyone can buy and sell assets that will be streamed there for your use. Yes.
Okay. Then where does your journey then take you next?
Having worked with Windsor and loved the journey, I came to realize there's a niche of people who were not catered for. Because when you are in an online forex broker, your duty is actually just to provide the platform where people come and deposit money and trade for themselves. There is what I'll call a paradox, because majority of the people who are excited to trade are very young people who may not have the bigger capacity to trade. The people with the capital, you'll find either they're from their 30s going into even 70s. Majority of them are already in stable businesses or employment, and they are not willing to move. So you would approach someone and tell them this is the opportunity, and they tell you, I have the money, but I don't know how to trade. And you convince them that there's an opportunity, you can be trained. They tell you they don't have the time, or they are not interested in learning a new skill. They just want somewhere they can just put their money and know that the money is there. So this is something that I looked into and actually developed an interest to bring up a fund, to give a solution. Because you would approach people and tell you, I have 20 million Kenya shillings, where do I put my money? And once you sell their product, they are like, okay, there I'll put 500,000. Tell me, where do I put the rest of the money? And that is something I actually encountered. And majority of the time, you now end up being an investment advisor, which is advising them on the safe investments that they can, whether you're talking about government treasuries or a few money market products. Then I realized this niche is not properly covered, and I had the urge. So when I met the management of Faida Investment Bank, who are also looking to get into that niche, synergies grew, and we saw that we could start this thing. And that's when we started our journey last year into applying for what we call a Faida umbrella scheme fund. Moving from there, we are actually able to apply in the Capital Markets Authority, and now we're able to be licensed. We were given what we call a no objection by November last year, and this year by March we got the license for the umbrella fund, which consists of three collective investment schemes.
Okay, and these are?
One is the money market fund called Angaza. There is a fixed income fund called Hazina, and there is the special fund. The special fund, the license came out as KUA, which has been described that different languages interpret it differently. So our intention for KUA was actually to mean to grow, so that you can grow. But in one of our ethnic communities, KUA came to be known like die. It
KUA.
Can be either carry or die. And no one wants to join a dying fund. Based on that, and actually after a lot of deliberations, we placed a request to change the name. And now we've adopted the name as Oak Special Fund, or Oak Multi-Asset Special Fund. This is a fund with multiple assets, or you can call it a diversified alternative investment scheme, whereby people are able to come and just put one investment and leave it to the investment committee and the traders within to actually spread your risk and your returns across different asset classes. That's what I've been doing, and that's whom I am. Currently now I'm the director, Global Markets in Faida Investment Bank, and the chief investment officer for the three funds. However, we are looking into introducing a USD fund because of the demand. So there'll be more funds that will be under the Global Markets. Thank you.